Super Bowl of Caring. Brought to you by America First Credit Union, Smith's, Tech City, Ford, Balance of Nature, and Rocky Mountain Power.
Thanks for joining us for this Super Bowl of Caring special. Utahns are being asked to tackle hunger this week as KUTV works to raise awareness and support for struggling families.
Yeah, about 1 in every 6 children here in Utah experience food insecurity. Jim Spiewak sat down with the executive director of Utahns Against Hunger to talk about what food insecurity really looks like across the state of Utah.
For 25 years, Gina Cornia has been on the front lines of Utah's fight against hunger, not in a food pantry, but by connecting people to the programs that keep food on their tables.
I am so lucky to do this.
But over the years, Cornia says access to federal nutrition programs like SNAP, known commonly as food stamps, has become more complicated with rules and regulations that can make it harder for people to get help.
That's probably what's changed the most.
Roughly 1% of benefits are lost to fraud in federal programs. The biggest issue is people having their benefits stolen and then being forced to turn to emergency food pantries when their money is gone.
That's one thing we'd like to see is a really strong effort to prevent people's benefits from being stolen, because those can't be replaced. There's not funding available for that.
Cornia says there is still a need to help fill food gaps of SNAP benefits and school meals statewide.
Because people are, generally speaking, reluctant to apply for benefits.
Are they just the stigma? Are they afraid? Are they ashamed?
I mean, it's the stigma. It's, not knowing if they'll be eligible, or if they're eligible, how much they'll get. Is it worth it? 1 in 8 Utah households experience food insecurity.
Food insecurity is still a big issue, and demand at pantries is still growing.
During the pandemic, it was sort of off the charts, and it really hasn't let down since.
As KUTV's Super Bowl of Caring effort focuses on ways Utahns can help, Cornia says the long-term solution goes beyond donations.
What would be that magic wand moment that you would ask for?
More income equality.
KUTV's Christina Flores went to Bonneville High School in Washington Terrace to understand the hunger problem in Weber County, where they work hard to make sure students and families have food.
Bonneville High School in Weber County is fighting a serious problem that is not talked about openly in the hallways, but affects 1 in 5 students in the school district. That problem is hunger.
It definitely hits home, just knowing that the kids that I go to school with every day might not have the same resources that I have at home.
I love this school.
Rich Murray is Bonneville's principal.
We have kids that they don't have enough to eat at home, and we have parents that are doing all they can to keep things taken care of, and they just need a little help. But we definitely have kids that they don't go home to a warm meal.
The school offers critical support to students, families, and neighbors through its food pantry.
I've taken phone calls from parents that they need help, but they don't want to ask.
Some families cannot afford high food prices. For others, it's a job loss. Recently, the federal government shutdown left many families in this area in a financial bind.
Tomorrow after school.
Sarah Tesh teaches 11th grade English. She worries that some of her students are missing meals.
As someone that does care a lot about the kids here at our school, that has worried me a lot, where I've even talked to my family about, I wish I could go and buy food for these kids or buy notebooks or supplies, but working in this job doesn't really give you a lot of opportunity to do that financially.
Tesh also works in Bonneville's Teen Center, which houses the food pantry. Every high school in the Weber district has one. Here, students who need all kinds of help can find a safe space, adult support, and food, even a snack if they're hungry in the middle of the day.
When we have things like Capri Suns, ramen, mac and cheese cups, those the kids love.
A student's parents can also make an appointment to take food home. Tesh says kids cannot learn if they can't eat.
If they're kind of missing that very first step of having their physical needs met, it's going to be really hard for them to come to school and be able to perform at the level we know they can.
The Teen Center also has shoes, clothing, and a washer and dryer.
When they come here, anyone, I just want to hug them. I can't, but I just want to give them as much as I can to help.
This pantry would not exist without donations from the community.
We appreciate the donations that we get, and we need them. you know, and we need them. And it's just, as a school leader, it says a lot to me that we have this great community that is always willing to help.
Yeah, in the Weber School District, every high school has a teen center and a pantry, and they all need donations, so maybe you can help out.
Also this evening, Ariel Harrison takes you inside an elementary school cafeteria where staff and students are working together to make sure that every child gets a meal.
Sometimes it can be very chaotic, very messy.
It's lunchtime at Alpine School District's Greenwood Elementary.
But most of all, very fun.
Behind all that noise and excitement is a team focused on one simple but important goal.
Our job is to make sure that the students coming in get a nutritious, healthy, and also choices that they like meal.
Jerry McCormick has worked in Alpine School District Nutrition Services for 21 years.
Have you seen the need firsthand?
I have. We've been a Title I school before, so we know that there's a real need in this community, in this area.
As the school's nutrition service manager, her days start early, prepping breakfast, then lunch, so students are ready to learn.
All right. We know school lunch is so important, and this might be the most important time of their day. This might be their only hot meals.
Kids cannot learn when they are on empty bellies.
District leaders track food insecurity throughout Alpine and say it exists in areas that don't always show it.
There's debt in all areas of the district, so it kind of goes back to showing that maybe families don't qualify for free reduced because it's based on income, so they can maybe afford food according to the federal government, but because of inflation, because things are costing more, their dollar isn't able to go as far.
Buffy Swenson is the director of nutrition services. For struggling families, she says every child gets fed in the schools, even if they can't pay.
Are donations needed?
Yes.
How badly?
Our debt right now is $600,000.
Do you think lunchtime and breakfast time are pretty important?
Yes.
Students here, like 6th grader Carter Barth,
I help sweep, wipe the tables, sometimes help serve food in the kitchen.
understand why the meals at school matter. Even at his young age, Carter knows some of his classmates have to navigate food insecurity, which is why he chooses to volunteer in the lunchroom.
It makes me very sad. It makes me want to help that they can have food that they need to help them.
From the adults in the kitchen and student volunteers to the generous community donations.
Even if a kid has a $100 debt, the parents aren't able to pay the bills or whatever, we still feed the children, and then the district will work with the foundation or other organizations to help cover that debt.
Kids in this school get to learn with full bellies.
Kids thrive when they're feeling good. That's the whole goal. That's our whole purpose here.
Reporting in American Fork, Ariel Harrison, KUTV 2 News.
Up next, a program to make sure kids have enough to eat even when they're not in school. That's still ahead on our Super Bowl of Caring special coming up. Hey, welcome back to our Super Bowl of Caring special. You know, hunger doesn't stop when the bell rings, and neither does the Tooele School District.
They work to provide meals for students even on days when the class is not in session. Liv Kelleher visited the Tooele School District to learn more about their weekend meal program.
2 warm meals, 2 breakfasts, fruit, and plenty of snacks. It may not look like much, but leaders in Tooele say for some students, it's the difference between a weekend of missed meals and a full belly.
We see a lot of need for food and clothing, winter coats, shoes, things like that.
About 120 students in the Tooele School District are considered homeless or housing insecure, and even more are struggling to afford food.
If they're food insecure, they don't always have food at home.
Jennifer Firth is the district's McKinney-Vento liaison, a program that supports students with unmet basic needs.
They'll come eat breakfast and lunch at school, but then they won't have anything maybe for dinner, or they won't have anything on the weekends.
That's the gap the district's weekend meal kits are designed to fill.
If there is a student in need, we will make sure that they have a weekend meal kit.
Microwavable meals, snacks, and beverages, enough to last from Friday through Sunday.
It's not a ton of food, but it's enough to get them through the weekend so that they're not completely hungry.
That need, she says, has grown.
With the rising cost of groceries, with the SNAP benefits that were on hold for a while, we definitely saw an increase in need in the weekend meal kits.
We are trying very hard to show that by removing barriers for basic needs that we can improve academic success.
Christine Naylor is the director of the Teen Center at Desert Peak High School in Tooele, a community space where students can study, do laundry, shower, grab a snack, and pick up their weekend meal kits.
We provide that support, and we also provide just a safe place and a friendly face, and even mental health if that's something that they need.
She says that meal kits, along with other services at the teen center, are about offering students support before they have to ask for it.
A safe space, food, those basic needs helps them feel comfortable so they can relax and focus in school so that they can really learn what they need to learn while they're here.
They say these programs are about more than keeping kids fed, but setting them up for long-term success.
A child can't thrive without that, without food. They need that food as energy, as sustenance to fuel them so that they're able to learn. If they can't learn, they're not going to do well in school.
The district provides about 250 meal kits each week, an effort that is 100% donation-based. Leaders say current supplies will last 6 to 8 more weeks, and they're asking anyone who can help to consider donating food or funds to keep the program going. Reporting in Tooele, Liv Kelleher, KUTV 2 News.